Jeff Bezos, he's selling more shares of Amazon. Wealth editor Robert Frank joins us. He's got the numbers. Why is he selling all this stock? Any idea, Robert?
Not yet, David. I mean, look at the stock price. It certainly is a good time to sell. Now, let's put this in a little perspective. So back in March, remember, Bezos filed a plan to sell $8.5 billion by the end of the year. He sold that in just a matter of weeks. And then earlier this month, he filed a second plan to sell an additional $5 billion by the end of the year. So that will bring his total, if he sells that entire $5 billion, to $13 billion in total sales just this year. And he's already working on that $5 billion tranche very quickly. Over the past week, he has sold in 3 tranches. He had one last Friday, 2 this week. That was Tuesday and Wednesday, totaling about $1.2 billion for the week. He will now only own about 9% of Amazon shares, still clearly the largest individual holder. Now, the big question, as you mentioned, David, is what is he going to do, or what is he doing with all this cash? Now, maybe he's using it to fund some of Blue Origin. That's a space company. That is a very expensive endeavor. He's also purchased $200 million of land in Miami. That's to build a new house. He and his fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, they've been spending some of the summer on his $500 million yacht off the coast of Greece, but he is saving a lot in state taxes. Now, remember, he moved from Seattle to Florida last year. He will have saved, by the end of all these sales, nearly $1 billion in state taxes by making that move to Florida in stock sales. We should also add, guys, Mackenzie Scott received all those Amazon shares as part of their divorce settlement. She is worth $40 billion, and that is after she gave away $17 billion to charity.
Yeah, nobody gave, I think, away as much money, as you well know better than I, at a faster pace than Mackenzie Bezos did, Robert. Again, what you added up there adds up to virtually, a small percentage of $13 billion. I have no idea what the capital needs are for Blue Origin. One might imagine they're fairly significant. That said, could it just be diversification a bit away from what is still, almost a $200 billion position in Amazon that he has?
You know, what you usually hear, David, as you well know from executives, well, as part of financial and estate planning, it's unclear, he and Lauren, when they get married, what that's going to involve and what he's sort of pledged to that. So maybe there's some family dynamics here. But, even at $8 billion, there was the question with Blue Origin, okay, maybe they need to buy a large rocket company. That's even the largest rocket companies weren't $8 billion. So this is way beyond anything that seems to be sort of attached to Blue Origin, but we also just haven't heard from him at all about what he wants to use this capital for. But it is a major amount of cash that he's going to be sitting on right now.